How you doing? Rob Baxley, Federal Observer. What were the biggest issues you noticed defensively from Monday night and what you guys need to correct going into Charlotte?
Yeah, obviously a lot. I mean, we gave up a lot of points, and that's the name of the game. Starts there. So we got to do better in the pass game. We got to do better in the run game. Um, got to limit points better in the red area. Um, no big plays. You know, tackling. A lot of things to work on, and that's what we're here for.
A lot of the coverage, or at least analysis after the game, focused on Marcus Allen. And I wonder, you know, as a coach and looking at the tape, how much of that was on him, how much of it was scheme, got left on some islands, or maybe somebody else didn't do what they were supposed to do. You evaluate the game that Marcus played.
Yeah, I think that narratives like that happen a lot after games, and I think usually it's not really fair to the one player, and you know, I would say that's the case on a good amount of those plays that from the outside you see a guy catch a pass on a corner, and the first instinct is to blame that one guy, but a lot of things happen on the play. There's safety you could get there. There's the rush in the front that could get there. Every play on defense is about all 11, and so um, that's something that happens a lot in football on defense. And me being a defensive backs coach, have seen a lot, and I'll definitely, you know, say for sure that Marcus was not at the source of every bad play we had. There was a lot of guys who could have done a lot better, and I appreciate everything Marcus does for us as a defense, day in and day out, and excited to see the year he's gonna have here. He's a good player for us, a leader, a senior who's been here for a long time. He's taught me a lot about Carolina football and what it means to be here, and the Rude Boys and everything. And I'm excited for his year coming up.
Front row on the left.
Jeremiah Barway with Inside Carolina. Looking at the defense, holistically, obviously from safeties, corners, linebackers, front, what you believe can be, I guess, done differently to generate more pressure on the quarterback? I guess as he's talking back the other day was, I guess, a ton on him. What do you think could be done differently focused on the
Yeah, Jeremiah, I think obviously we could do a better job rushing the passer. Hoover and TCU are a team that got the ball out really quick, and they do a great job of doing that. And credit to them for blocking us and getting the ball out. But we got to do a better job of getting to the quarterback, and that's not just on the front and the pass rushers. Pass rushers, that's on us in the back end of covering guys, making the quarterback hold the ball, and giving the rush a chance to get there. Um, that's all of us. Like I was talking about a second ago, about the corners, same thing. There's a lot of guys connected on every play. We're all connected on every play, and that includes the coaches. And our preparation on the plays they're running and the calls that we're running. So there's a lot we can do better, and we will do better every day. Trying to work to a higher level to get to the quarterback because of pass rush and coverage. It's all connected.
Front row.
We talked to Kamori a few minutes ago about the passing interference on Marcus Irving. The guy that played well and passed up to that point. He said he's kind of sensed a little change. Maybe I can't remember exactly where he said, but it affected you guys maybe in some. You sense that as well? And how do you coach a team to not allow a moment like that to maybe?
Yeah, I think and I don't want to spend too much time just talking about TCU because we're trying to move on, obviously. But I think, our job is to play the next play as well as we can. And a lot of things happen in a game, good and bad, that can affect your emotions or, you know, how you look at the next play by, all right, I got to get the next one, or oh, I got to play further back, stuff like that. But you can't let that stuff affect you, you got to go out, play with the right fundamentals and technique that we talked about in the call, and execute it with the right mindset and stay after the offense. Playing physical, fast, and aggressive on every play. That's what we need to do. So, um, you know, that's not. I'm not out on the field, so it's not something I can answer like Kamari could and feel it. But that's the mindset we got to have on defense, players and coaches. We're on to the next play. We got to execute, stop the offense as much as we can, and whatever happened on the last play can't affect us in our next shot, which is just this play, not the rest of the game, just this play, one play at a time.
Left second row. Here today, you're talking about emotions and all the things that come in, focusing next play. How much building up of confidence or building up your guys you think you had to do or having to do this week? I mean, they're saying always the right things about next play and want to get better, but they're human. It was a pretty frustrating night. So I'm curious your assessment of that.
Yeah, I mean we've spent a lot of time together and practiced a lot together, met together a lot. Going back to February, and January, whatever. So we've built up a lot of confidence in each other and trust in each other. And, you know, game ends up not going the way we want. And that one night, said to some of the guys yesterday, one night doesn't define any of us, and we got to believe in all the trust and camaraderie and, brotherhood we've built together over many months and a lot of practices and a lot of meetings. And it's exciting, all the stuff we have in front of us, and we should be confident and excited about it. We got a good team. We're excited to keep playing games, and we're excited to go out and practice today and play it out there.
Right in front of him on the left. Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Brian, wanted to ask you about sort of just your assessment of Connor Harrell as a quarterback as you started studying Charlotte. Obviously, he had the game the other night against App, but did you pull up his tape from UNC last year, the last couple of years, to try to learn more about him? Just what is that process like, and what's your sort of assessment of what kind of quarterback he is?
Yeah, dynamic quarterback who can threaten us multiple ways, and does a good job controlling the offense. And we got our hands full on we need to handle a lot of different things they can do. Yeah, I've leaned on and appreciate and respect the feedback I get from the guys who have been here, and know him. So not that they know everything either. He's been there practicing with their team for a long time too. So we try to piece it all together. And the main thing is evaluating what you see and trusting the opinions the people you trust, and that helps you determine the game plan. And yeah, we're excited to go out and play to our highest level, and hopefully no matter who the quarterback is, that can be enough to get it done. So we're excited to go out and play together as a unit.
Middle second row.
I mean, actually, inside Carolina played a lot of guys on defense in defensive backfield. Something we're not used to seeing covering Carolina football. But the plan going forward is that kind of evaluation. Obviously, the score affects that a little bit, but going forward, the rotation back there.
Yeah, I think we want to play guys who have earned that trust and dependability over the course of camp and the spring. Like I said, we've met a lot, we've practiced a lot, we've built a lot of trust with these guys, and the guys that have been out there and done it in practice, you have confidence for them to do it in the game. And for in most cases, and it can vary because of a lot of different factors: game plan, what the offense does, what happened with us during the week, injuries, etc., on who's out there and who's not. So it's not as cut and dry as some people might think sometimes. But you don't want a good player to stand on the sidelines next to you as a coach for the whole game, and you want to give them a chance to play and get out there. So, yeah, we want the guys that we've built that up with to have a chance on the field, and there's also a factor of you don't want to get tired, during the game. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it, and it can be week to week changing.
Last two here, Brian and Michelle.
Yeah, Brian Murphy with WRL. I know we're in the season now, but I wonder if you could take me back a little bit. Your dad's decision to come here, your decision to come and coach with him, and your brother, I don't know how much college experience you had either. What was that decision process like for you? Were you as surprised as everybody else that Bill Belichick is coaching college football?
Yeah, definitely. If you told me this a couple years ago, it'd be hard to believe. And if you told me I'd be coaching defensive backs at UNC 10 years ago, I'd be jumping up and down like I am now. I still pinch myself coming into work, and I think this area is great. I think the school is fantastic. The support and excitement from everyone around here has been amazing. People are really nice, and we appreciate the welcome that's been. Like I said, I am very thankful to walk in here every day and have a chance to do this job and work with these people, the players and coaches. It's been really fun to build this together, and we're excited to keep putting ourselves out there, and we're confident and excited about the season to come. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going out practicing today.
Last one, Shelby.
That was like earlier just talking about fundamentals and issues there, and maybe it's not so much an issue of the fundamentals are there, but just consistency. Where do you see that in your specific position group and as you reflect on Monday, in terms of again maybe fundamentals being there, but some.
Yeah, nothing's more important than fundamentals, and every good play on defense has good fundamentals. Every good play on offense has good fundamentals. That's not, you can't scheme everything up and play with bad fundamentals and think that the scheme's going to outweigh the fundamentals. The fundamentals have to be good for everything to work. And so that's, a constant thing the players hear from us, and that we believe in, and we work on them every day in practice. And yeah, it needs to be better and more consistent play after play, and that's just a place to start. If you play with good fundamentals every play, then all right, you give yourself a chance. And when you don't from the beginning, you've already set yourself behind. Hopefully you can recover, but it makes it hard. So yeah, that would be consistent, in this program, and yeah, excited to keep working on them, and work on them out there today. Hopefully it's consistent every single play. That's the goal.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Brian.